Hi, everybody. This is a really unplanned practice. I have literally no idea what I'm going to do. I have no plan at all. So I will name this afterwards. It'll be somewhere around in all levels, probably 20 minutes or so. I just happen to have a couple minutes to myself without kids. I can't promise that my dogs won't start barking, though. So I figured this is probably as quiet as my house is going to get, and I might as well take advantage of it. So we'll go ahead and start in child's pose. Let your big toes touch. Your knees can come as wide as feels okay, forehead down. And then let's just breathe into the back. Big breath in from the low back, traveling all the way up until the breath meets the space between the shoulder blades. And then with your exhales, just let it go. Take a couple more like that. On your inhale, press up to tabletop. Maybe keep the eyes closed if that feels okay. Just really allowing your focus to move inward and lengthen out the spine, crown of the head back into the tail. On your next in-breath, drop the belly, head, chest, and tail. Lift up for cow pose. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest, tail tucks underneath. Breathe in for cow. And out for cat pose. And take two more of each at your own pace. Next breath in, come back to a neutral spine. Curl the toes and lift the tail for downward facing dog. Take as much or as little movement as you need here, letting the legs start to pedal out. Maybe shake into the head a little bit, releasing some tension from the neck. Just any movements that your body's craving, and that'll just depend so much on how you're feeling, how your day's gone so far. I've been sitting and sewing a lot today, so I'm a little stiff. Next breath in, come forward to a plank, and then press right back down dog. That should be a really smooth transition. Again, breathing in, not a lot of shuffling of hands or feet, and breathing out. You're going to take one more inhale forward, drop the knees down as you exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Low cobra pose, breathe in, elbows to ribs, chest rises. Breathe out, release, forehead dropping down. Breathe in, press up, plank pose, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, soften the knees and look forward. Exhale, start to travel slowly to the top end of your mat. Take the feet about hips width apart or even a bit wider. Knees really soft here. Let the head hang. Grab hold of opposite elbows and find ragdoll. Maybe a little sway from side to side. Everything just nice and limp and loose. Let the hands release to the mat. Breathe in halfway up. Hands to shins or thighs, open heart. Exhale, forward fold. Lift all the way up. Catch the left wrist with the right hand and take a side bend to the right. Inhale and lift. Exhale, same thing, other side. Breathe out. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, release. Halfway lift, breathe in. And then nice and easy, plant the hands down as the feet step backward, find plank pose. Good, let's warm up a little bit. Breathe in, right foot hovers. Try and maintain that length in the spine as you exhale. Connect your knee to your elbow. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, drop the toes, chaturanga, knees up or down, either one. On an inhale, though, we're going to push back up. So again, knees can stay down in plank or lifted as the left leg comes up. Same thing here, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen back, toes to the ground. As you exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Breathe in this time for up dog. Maybe go back to cobra pose. And then drop down the knees, find tabletop. Good, breathe in, right leg goes straight back, left arm goes straight forward. Exhale, knee to elbow, squeeze it in. Inhale. And exhale. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. Lengthen back out. So here, drop your right toes to the ground, leg is still long, and then sweep your left arm up into the air. Thread the needle. Arm slides through, lowering to your left shoulder. Yeah, maybe the right forearm connects with the ground for a bit more stability. You can reach the right arm straight forward or wrap it around the back. And then here, take the right knee down to the ground as well. Right hand presses, sweeping the left arm up. Exhale, tabletop. Good, breathe in, cow pose. And breathe out, cat. Inhale. And last exhalation. Neutral spine. Down dog, breathe out. Take a breath or two here and maybe a little bit more movement. My legs are really stiff from sitting. Breathe in, soften the knees and look forward. Exhale, again, maybe lots of little steps. One big step or a little hop, top end of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in and lift up. Breathe out, clasp the hands at the low back. Inhale and lift, heart to the sky, leading with the heart as you exhale, come forward, knees soft, chest to thighs, head hangs low. Breathe in, sweep up, stand tall. Exhale, fold down, release. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to the mat, feet step back, plank pose. Just one more like this, big breath in, we'll pause. Exhale, elbows bend. Chest lifts up, your choice, cobra or up dog. And then drop the knees down to the ground, tabletop. Inhale, left leg goes back, right arm goes forward this time. Exhale, knee to elbow and squeeze. Inhale, length. And exhale, tuck in. Breathe and lengthen. Breathe out, squeeze in. Lengthen back out one more time. Set the left toes down on the ground and sweep the right arm up. Threading the needle here, take it through, lower down. And again, you can take that forearm down, stretch forward, reach around the back, whatever feels good to you. Couple more breaths. Focus on the exhale. Really sink in and release. And then left knee comes down, left hand presses, inhale and sweep up. Exhale, right hand down, downward facing dog. Inhale, soften and prepare. Exhale, travel forward, top end. Halfway lift, breathing in. Breathing out, release. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale through chaturanga. Heart lifts, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale and soften, look forward. Exhale, travel forward. Halfway lift. And release. Breathe and lift. And fold it down. Let's go one more time through with the breath. Halfway lift. And chaturanga. Open heart. And down dog. Prepare, breathe in. Move as you breathe out. Lift, inhale. Release, exhale. All the way up, breathing in. And back down, breathing out. Halfway lift. Plant the palms. Chaturanga if you want. Head to child's pose if you'd rather. Breathe in, lift the heart. And we'll all take child's pose. Breathing out. Lift up and back, down dog. This time on an inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, connect right knee, right elbow. There goes some dogs. Breathe in, take it up and back. Breathe out, step it forward. Inhale, lift up, crescent lunge. Good, arms can be lifted. Goalpost if that feels softer on the shoulders, or even hands to heart. Sink down through the legs. Feel like the hips are dropping. Right knee stacked on top of right heel. Good, and then from here we'll open up warrior two. Right knee lunges, again on top of that heel. Arms extend, relax the shoulders. Reverse warrior, look up. Relax that right shoulder. Nice big side bend. And cartwheel the hands to the mat, taking a low lunge twist, right hand to the sky. Gonna drop that back knee down to the ground. Lift through the heart, reach back, and maybe grab hold of the back foot, back toes, back ankle. Right shoulder keeps peeling backward. And back foot releases. Up and over, hands to the mat, step forward to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And release. Chair pose as you breathe in, lift the heart, sit into the heels. So same thing here with the arms. They can be extended, bent, hands to heart center, or even hands resting on the thighs. I'm going to pull in tight through the low belly and drop back in down through the tailbone. Good. Inhale, stand tall. Little baby back bend, just a tiny one. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Take a vinyasa here if you'd like to. You can always skip these, of course. And we'll meet in down dog. Big breath in. And then drop to the knees. Just a little baby camel pose. Let's come up, hands to the low back, fingers pointed downward. And then feel like your elbows squeeze together. As those elbows come really close together at the back of your body, your shoulder blades will do the same. And then lift the heart up as opposed to tipping over backward. And then release tabletop. And round the back, or take any little movements here that feel good, just working out any tight spots through the back body. Good, and then let's find down dog again. Lifting up through the left leg as you inhale. Exhale, connect that left knee to the left elbow. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, step it forward. Good. Crescent lunge here. Again, though, hands can be anywhere. Just feel the legs and the hips dropping downward while the heart lifts up. And then open to warrior two. Gaze right past the fingertips of the left hand. And reverse your warrior. Staying in the legs. Cartwheeling the hands to the mat before raising up the left arm. Back knee drops. Bending at the knee, maybe the left hand can connect with that right foot. Keep lifting through the heart, peeling that left shoulder backward. Nice and easy, releasing both hands to the mat. Step it forward to a fold. Halfway lift, breathing in. And release, breathing out. Lifting up, inhale. Chair pose, again, breathe out, sit back. Good, this time clasp the hands at your low back and lift the heart. At the same time, lift up onto the toes. Heels move away from the ground. Stay here or drop the upper body toward the thighs. Legs stay the same. Head can stay lifted, or maybe you hang the head. Having trouble on double layers of carpet, so we'll stay here. Heels drop down, arms sweep up, stand tall. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale for a vinyasa if you'd like to. Again, here let's meet in child's pose though. And then come up to tabletop. Now let's return to camel. Maybe we take the same version of camel pose, or maybe we go a little bit deeper, but let's start the same. Elbows squeezing, heart lifting up. And we can stay here. Maybe we reach back and catch the heels or ankles. If taking that version though, we want to be careful that the hips don't come way back. It just puts a lot of pressure on the knees. We want the hips stacked on top of the knees and the heart really lifted open. Head can stay lifted. You can drop it kind of halfway back, sort of neutral, or the head can hang back behind. Good, and then lift from the heart as you come up and out, head last. Down to tabletop, keep the toes curled. Pressure on the knees, on the legs. As you release the hands and reach back for the bottoms of the feet for rabbit pose. If it's better, you can hold the ankles or even the backs of the thighs. Wherever you are though, chin to chest. Lower really slowly and gently on top of the head. So the pressure on the head is very minimal. Just using that tiny bit of pressure to lengthen out through the back of the neck and the back body itself. Good. Release the hands, press into them to release the head, uncurl the toes, and child's pose. And then let's let's come to seated from here. We'll come into a Z-sit. So we'll take that right shin so that it's pretty much parallel with the short edge of the mat. Yeah. We want the shin straight ahead, so it's not way off to the side. It's kind of following the mat itself. And then the left leg's kind of tucked back behind, connecting that right heel to the left knee. It kind of makes the Z shape. And then drop the left sitting bone. So we have a tendency to kind of tip over towards the right side a little bit, and that's normal, but settle things as best you can. Sit up really tall through the head and chest. And then fold over top of that shin. Any amount. Maybe it's just a teeny tiny bit. Maybe it's not at all. Or maybe we can lay fully over top of that. We want to, if possible, though, come straight forward over the shin as opposed to, and it'll feel less intense, which is why the body wants to do it, turning towards the knee and coming down that way. Nothing really wrong with that, right? But to get that stretch that we're looking for, come forward if you can. And take just a couple more deep breaths. And go ahead and come up through the crown of the head. Take the hands back behind you. And if you can, just lift and swivel to the other side. Working on that hip mobility a little bit too. So left foot flexed, shin pretty parallel with the short edge of the mat, really following the mat too. So it's pretty centered, we're sitting pretty centered, and we're dropping that right hip down towards the ground. And then when you're ready, any amount, come forward. Right? Maybe it's more or less on this side. Maybe it feels more or less on this side. And then wherever you are, just take a few deep breaths. Really connecting to the exhales especially that help us to sink in and relax and release. Come all the way up, back onto the hands, lift and swivel forward. And then we'll come all the way down onto our backs. Right? Just a couple more postures, nice and simple ones too, before we end. So start off though with the feet flat on the floor, feet wide, knees drop together. Just breathe into the space of the low back for a couple breaths. And then windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Come back to center and take the soles of the feet together here instead. Knees drop wide. Take one hand to the chest and one hand to the belly and really feel your breath move through. So you can feel the hand on the belly rise, and then the space between, and then the hand on the chest lifts up upon inhale, known as a three-part breath. And as you breathe out, it's just the opposite. So the hand on the chest falls, the space between, and then the hand on the belly. And then stretch your arms straight out to your sides. Keep this right knee positioned just like it is now. So super gentle twist. We're just going to tip that left knee over top of the right so that they're kind of stacked. And then from here, if you feel like you need more, we're going to take the left leg and stretch it straight out towards the right side of the room. I'm going to point outward through the heel. The leg is as straight as we can take it comfortably. Head can remain centered, or we can turn over to the left shoulder. If the leg is extended, go ahead and bend and stack left on top of right. And then we'll open up soles of the feet together. Hand on the chest and hand on the belly. Let's take 2 rounds of that 3-part breath together. Breathing in, 2, 3, and breathing out, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And then inhale, the arms open wide. Exhale, right over top of left. So really gentle twist, but see how you feel here. Maybe you need to adjust. Maybe one of the adjustments is to extend the right leg over to the left side of the room, pointing through the heel. Rebend the right knee, stacking right over left. Open up soles of the feet together, hand on the belly, hand on the chest. Again, we'll breathe together 2 rounds, beginning with an inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, and then release the arms. Find your Shavasana, no matter what that may look like. Legs extended, arms at the sides, knees bent for more low back support, or maybe a seated meditation. Wherever you are, close down the eyes. Let the body feel restful. Take a moment to notice your breathing for the purpose of becoming present and also letting go of control of the breath. Let it come really easily and naturally. And I'll leave you here so that you can remain for as long as you'd like to. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.